All right, this is just in breaking news. I received so loaded Monday. Tuesday was waiting. Wednesday at like 3 o'clock local time, finally I heard from the permit broker. And I don't know, there was like 20 emails between my freight broker, permit broker, back and forth. So finally 3 o'clock I got the word that my Nova Scotia permit has been issued. And then to start moving, we also need the permit from the city of Halifax. And the Nova Scotia permit said I need 2 civilian escorts and 1 police escort. And to get the police escort, the permit broker already took care of that. He says, yeah, the police is kind of like on standby, but it was too late to get the city of Halifax permit to get out of this port. And but just in case, I didn't hear about the city permit until just now when I got the email saying that it's the end of day here and they didn't hear from them, so we cannot move. Like if the city of Halifax would issue the permit, then we can get the cop, and the permit broker has 2 escorts that just completed some work here, so they're on standby, they're waiting for me. So I got the escorts because that can be also, you know, take time. And so I decided to come to the port, just went with my truck, got the I said, guys, I have my trailer in here, so it looks like I might be leaving at 4 in the morning, or I'll come at 4 in the morning, because the office is closed, but you know, the security is open 24/7. So I can come in and get the trailer anytime. And so I come in, just checked all the chains, checked, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I had 8 chains, like actually 8 pairs. On most of them I used 2 binders, 1 on each side. Well, no, not, of course not on these ones, right? But on the ones that go like that above, because they, you know, it's sharp edges, so the chain is very hard for the chain to move to make it tight. And so situation like this, I use 2 binders, and if I have them. And so I came in and I was sleeping and thinking about this. I was really worried about this. See, my last chain was here, and this is massive piece, and I don't like that this was sitting like that. You see the space here, so it just sits like this. It was too late to correct it when the crane loaded. And so I came in and I decided to put 1 more chain like that through the wheel, because that's massive spokes in there that's like this thick. And it's pushing on this a little bit, but if I lose it, I lose it. And then I added these 2 because I didn't want the binder on that end. I didn't want to mess up the thread on the binder. And it's helpful that I have those binders, you know, with the big hook, right? Just like these ones. All right, and normally I don't like tying down to this spot because this is not part of the trailer, right? But the thing is, I got these shims, right? So all the weight is pushing here, like when I'm loaded. So this spot cannot go any further because these shims are stopping it. So actually when I tie down like that, I'm pushing the spreader into the trailer, which is perfect. It just helps, you know, it's secure as hell like this. But so I would be concerned if I was lifting, like trying to lift it up or something, but this is perfect. Now I feel much better that I have this chain here. And then I still had chains. I climbed underneath here and I did this because I remember one experienced guy who hauled these, quite a few of these. He was telling me, he says, like a very nice guy, but the way he gave his advice was, I don't care what you do, but if this was me, I would put 2 chains like this on the very back because it can shift on you. And he was telling me basically to put a chain like this around this and pull it this way, and then another one over there, pull it this way. Unfortunately, I have nowhere to go, and I didn't want to use this because this is in the way if I were to do it like this, and this is too close to here. I wouldn't be able to put a binder, you know, and so that's why I use this. And so yeah, then I remembered about these D-rings, because you see I got D-rings in there, right? And so I put some blanket in here, not to mess up my wardrobe. Climbed in there, did it like this. So now I feel better. So now this is holding this, and then that extra chain. So now all in all I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 pairs of chains, and each one can hold 20,000 pounds. So basically what I got here is good for 200,000 pounds. And this one, I was a bit concerned because you see this is sloped this way, right? Like the end of the trailer goes down. So if this thing moves just like 3 millimeters this way, that's it. It's gonna be off. Well, actually I don't think so, because then the track would go down a little bit, right? But still, I did this, hook up a hook like this inside and here, and this is my only 3/8 chain, and so this hopefully will, and you see, and this is pushes it down or like that, because this is lower than here, right? So this is perfect. This is prevents this from going this way. And so, and then yeah, so now I feel pretty good about this. But again, once I lift it, remember, boys and girls, as soon as you lift the trailer, everything shifts a little bit. And that's why I never tie them down too tight when it's like this, when the trailer sits on the ground. But this time it was already up, right, when I hooked up. But when I lift it and when I hook up to the Jeep, there'll be one last checkup. Grab my crowbar and put it in here or here, and just make sure they're all super tight, right? But for now we're ready. And then what I did, of course this is Eastern Canada, you need the D sign, because oversized loads, that's 2 super long words, hard for people to understand. So we're going like simplified Chinese, you know, simplified D sign. That's what works here. And that's it. So now I can leave and go enjoy some well-deserved Netflix. And yeah, like I said, I just 10 minutes ago, right before I started doing this video, I got the email from Chris, the broker, saying that unfortunately they were not able to get in touch with the city of Halifax, so which means I cannot leave at 5 because yeah, this thing has to move during hours of reduced traffic, so either late at night or early in the morning. But he was saying there's one last thing he can try to do, is because of the COVID-19 situation, there's much less traffic, right? And so he says maybe he can argue that point and ask him to agree for me to leave during the day. But basically, oh, and I already have New Brunswick, right? So I got Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and what's left is Quebec, which is also tricky. But after Quebec, that's Ontario, where I'm fully covered by my annual permit. And once I go through the Northern Ontario, then the last 2 permits I will take care of myself, is Manitoba and Saskatchewan. So it's going to be from here to my destination, it's about 2,600 happy miles with smiles. So many more videos to come. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.